to make me surrender. Why you always in my face? Do you really think it's over? 'Cause I've been kicked when I'm so down, too much until it's numb. And there's nobody can steal my fire. Nobody can steal my soul. Nobody can steal my soul.
Welcome to your favorite channel. It's your boy PBK9s, giving it to you the way I always do. Fair and unbiased, raw and uncut. Big shout out to everybody that's rocking with the channel tonight. We Saturday Night Live. Which dog takes the throne? We talking about the best producing dogs coming down off Bolio. Is what the topic is tonight. Big thank you to everybody that's down in the chat. Big salute to my brother John Denbury, Paul Johnson. What's going on with my brothers tonight? I got a little bit of dog news as well that I'm gonna touch up on before I even get into this dog talk. I appreciate everybody, like I always say, from the north to the south to the east to the west, from one continent to the next. We just gonna get into this dog talk, man, and do it like we're gonna do it. Handle it how we're gonna handle it. Street Rossi, what's going on? What's going on? Yes, sir, man. Got some sad news coming from. Let me go ahead and drop some of that dog news for my brothers out here, man. Drop some of that dog news.
Good evening, I'm Bayla Walker in for Alexa tonight. We're learning that a Daleville teen has died. Coroner John Colley said 16-year-old Gabriel Damon Barron was fishing in his private pond on his property when dogs Colley described as Pitbull mixes mauled him. Authorities took the dogs into custody, and Daleville police and the Dale County Sheriff's Office are continuing to investigate. Barron's body was sent to a state lab for forensic testing. We will continue to update you on air.
So this brother was fishing on his own pond, 16 years old, man. Sad situation. Fishing on his own private pond where they say Pitbull mixes, a group of them took the brother's life. You know, it's a sad situation, man. And all that comes from is, I guess, these dogs running straight, running wild. You know, I thought about the situation when I heard about it. I was like, damn, I wonder. 16, you don't really think, you know what I'm saying? And me, I'm not the best swimmer, so I can't say what I would have did or wouldn't have done. But, and you can't jump in the water and get away from a dog because, a dog can just, a dog is a great swimmer. And that might make the whole situation worse. The dogs might jump in there and get you while you're in the water. I was just thinking like, man, he couldn't jump in the water and maybe get away or something like that. But who knows if he even saw the dogs? The dogs may have got him from the backside and hit him, knocked him down before he even seen him coming or something, man. So like I said, sad situation, man. Whoever dogs those was, because that's one thing that we do know. Those dogs did, if they don't belong to somebody. At one time, they did belong to somebody. So, they need to find out who dogs them is, man, and hold them accountable for the situation at hand, man. Hold them accountable for that, because it don't make no sense, man. Especially when you're fishing on your own pond, your own private pond, and then something like that happen, man. It's crazy, man. Big salute out to Mr. 216 Bulldogs in the building. Salute to my brother Samurai Kennels in the building. What's going on with your big dog? You know what I'm saying? And let me see, can I pronounce this right? Taryn Cole 2251. Appreciate you dropping in. Salute to you as well, man. Like I said, we're going to talk about that Bolio stuff in a few minutes. And just get down into it, man. I want to know, what did y'all think is the best producing Bolio dog? Because there's a lot of people out there that been asking me about the Bolio stuff, and they kind of want to know, I heard a few people talking about the Red Pirate stuff. And, I just want to know my damn self. I'm kind of curious about it. Which dog is producing the best. And me and Mad Doctor was talking about the Bolio and Eli crosses from back in the days a couple weeks ago, and I want to know, because, when you look at Macho Buck, when you look at STP Buck, when you look at Gaston's Boy, these dogs got a little bit of Red Boy Jocko in them. Each one of them got a certain amount in them. But I want to know, another thing I want to know is, did that Red Boy Jocko Bolio cross turn out better than the Bolio Eli crosses that brothers was doing? You know, and another question, I'm asking you 3 different things at once, and we're gonna get into all that as time go. Tombstone Bolio. Is it best to have the Bolio without the tombstone in it? Just your Bolio. Is the tombstone messing the Bolio up? You know, because it seems to me that I'm not, this is not a fact that I'm about to say, it's just my opinion. But it kind of seems to me that the stuff without the tombstone in it is producing better than the tombstone Bolio. Because maybe the tombstone Bolio and STP Buck is more Bolio driven. And I haven't checked every single dog in the ped to see if he have 1 drop of tombstone in him, but he's more Bolio driven than the Mayday stuff, you know. So I'm gonna get to talking about that. Like I said, that's pretty much what the show about tonight. Which Bolio dog you think is producing the best out here, man? So another brother might be breeding some Bolio stuff, and he might be looking to go a route, and he take that route. But one thing I will say, that Macho Buck stuff has got a lot of Red Boy Jocko in it, more than brothers really give it credit for. You know, if you really let me first, I'm gonna go up and check this STP Buck stuff out. You know, let me check that out first. What I want to do is I'm gonna break the ped down a little bit and make sure I'm not seeing no tombstone up in there. What I do see in the STP Buck though is your Zebo back here in the 4th generation on the bottom side in the 4th. I do see that Zebo, and I don't see no tombstone in this dog, period. So this dog is more straight Bolio. When brothers say the straight Bolio stuff, now if you got a pure STP Buck dog or heavy bred STP Buck dog, then you working towards your pure Bolio stuff. Every single dog that I'm looking at is none of it coming back off of. Let me check Patrick's Tater, because I could be wrong. Let me check Patrick's Tater. No tombstone in that. So this dog right here is pretty much a all Bolio dog outside of the Carver stuff in the back there. Yeah. I'm just want to know, man, because I see a lot of dogs that, let me check STP Offspring out. Rattler's Buckers. Let's check out Rattler's Buckers. Now, this dog right here got your Red Boy Jocko in it without having your Grand Champion Yellow in it through Yellow John and Green Sandy, which is the STP Toro dog right here. That's your Red Boy Jocko cross without having any Grand Champion Yellow. All Jocko on the bottom, because Sandy is a double bred, Jocko bred to his little mate sister, and Sandy bred the Yellow John. So we ain't got no Grand Champion Yellow in this at all in Toro. And that's your Buckus dog. So them boys kind of had that idea back in the days that, oh, we gonna take this stuff into that Bolio stuff. Because you got Buck going into Daisy May, which is all Bolio going into your Red Boy Jocko stuff. And then you got Champion Miller's Red Man, which is going back into the Red Boy dog as well. Now, I always say check every single dog in the pedigree, especially when we talk about these colors. So what I'm going to do right now is go down in Rattler's Buckers 4th generation, and I'm just going to check this dog Marks Newland out to make sure to see what he's coming off of. That's more Jocko with a little Passe on the bottom side and unknown. So that's more Jocko stuff. We Red Boy Jocko on the bottom and all Bolio on the top and Rattler's Buckers. And these dogs did real good throughout the days. You know, they did real good. And a lot of these dogs were better producers than Mayday was. And that's why I asked brothers, is the tombstone making that blood a little weaker? You know, would you rather just have your Bolio with your Red Boy Jocko or your Bolio with your Eli? instead of Tombstone Bolio or Bolio Tombstone. Let me drop that link down in the chat for anybody that want to come up, man. Big salute to your Magnolia Kennels in the building, man. Big salute. Hey, I got to say big salute to the whole Shogun crew. You know, all them brothers. Big Hill, everybody, man. Anybody that's rocking with the Shogun crew, big salute to you, my brothers. And anybody that's doing something positive out there. Hey, Casino Life Prayers, man. You got some good looking puppies out there. I want to send a salute to the brother Casino Life out there doing your thing, man. Keep doing your thing like I always say. And you know, you got some great looking puppies, dog. You know, let me drop this link down in the chat for anybody. We about to check out Macho Buck because I want to look at his Red Boy Jocko and Bolio comparison. How much he got of, you know, each one. Hey, I got something I'm gonna talk about when they want to get messy. I'm just saving it for a few minutes. Y'all can keep your teacups or whatever. I got a little bit of messiness right here sitting up under my in my little green room right here that I want to ask brothers about. But I'll wait for all that, and you know, I'll talk about that in a little while. Right now, I'm gonna get on this Macho Buck dog. See, can I find it real quick? Give me a second. All right. Grand Champion Macho Buck. Now, look at Macho Buck pedigree coming down off STP Buck on the top side. When you look at his whole top half in the third generation, we on the third generation and we going on the top half, which is STP Buck bred to Daisy May. Now, Ratliff's Daisy May rather. Now, when we click on Ratliff's Daisy May, this dog is a Red Boy Jocko dog all the way through with no yellow, but straight STP Toro and the champion Miller's Red Man at the bottom. So that's all Red Boy Jocko when you look at STP Buck bred to a pure Red Boy Jocko dog. Both times, which is the same dog, you know, brother and sister breeding on the top half. So that's why I say Macho Buck has a lot of Red Boy Jocko in him, as well as STP Buck. And then you go on the bottom side, you got Grand Champion Yellow, bred to Hollisworth Valley, which is the Mayday dog, and we're still in the third generation. And then you got STP Buck on the very bottom, again, which is more of your Bolio, bred to Awesome Baby, which is coming down off Champion Yellow and Tense Goldie. So in actuality, my opinion, looking at this pedigree just right offhand, Macho Buck has more Red Boy Jocko in him than he has Bolio. You know, and I mean, I'm just going by the pedigree. We got Buck on the top of the third, pure Red Boy Jocko that Buck bred to, both times. And then you got Grand Champion Yellow on the top of the third, on the bottom side, bred to Dolly, which is the Mayday breeding. So it may be about a 50-50. It may be almost a 50-50, maybe a 60-40, you know. But that did real good. That did real good. And anybody who know any of these dogs right here, who would y'all think had won if we did a show right now, Macho Buck and Mayday, release them from between your legs. Magnolia, you gotta own one of the two dogs. You can take Mayday in or you can take Macho Buck in. I'm gonna have the other one. Which one you gonna take? You know, or Brother John Demery, which dog you gonna take? And I'm gonna take the one you don't take. You know, you gonna take Mayday or you gonna take Macho Buck, assuming that they close to the same weight. I think Macho Buck was a pretty big dog. And I've heard that Macho Buck did a lot of his stuff as a young dog, you know, which could be a good thing, or it could mean your competition wasn't as stiff. You know, it could mean he was a superb dog and he did everything at a young age, or you just you went into any and everybody with a young dog that was cranked up pretty good. See, I don't know everything with I'm just asking brothers, like I said. And when it comes to this Red Boy Jocko and Bolio stuff. And I will say this, I missed this. I wanted to start off my video with this, but I missed this. Go back to the 90s, go back to the 80s. The top promoting people who promoted their dogs the most is the dogs that we talk about today's time. So you better get up on your job when it comes to promoting your shit. You know what I'm saying? Macho Buck, brothers was promoting that dog, man. It ain't how good the dog was. Their promotion game was better than the dog was. Mayday, promotion game was better than the dog was. Yellow, promotion game was better than the dog was. Chinaman, promotion game. These brothers knew how to promote these dogs back in the days, man. The ones that we speaking about now, Hellified promoters. You had dogs that was way better than these dogs. But the owner's promotion game wasn't nowhere near these brothers' promotion game. That shit matters, man. Brothers can hate, brothers can say what they want to say, but your promotion game matters for the future. And this is proof in the pudding. And Mayday from the era when we ain't have the cell phones in the same way we got them now. You know what I'm saying? Macho Buck came when we had the bullshit cell phones, but Mayday was when you had to have one of them high phones. Your bill was about $1,000 a month. If you was bullshit and talking to them girls the wrong way, your bill was $1,000, $1,200, $1,500 a month. In Mayday era, in some of his era, Macho Buck came during the free nights and free weekend era when it comes to cell phones. You remember that? Oh, you could talk in the daytime, but nighttime you're free, and on the weekends you're free. And we still talking about these dogs in today's time, man. Promotion, and we all know that these weren't the best pit bulls ever. But you can't knock them brothers' promotion game, man. So anybody, man, always remember you got to promote your dog. You got to promote your dog, the one you got your hands on, not the one that's in that pedigree. Because I always say pedigrees don't make the dog make the dog. The dog gonna do the working. And if anybody want to get up here and comment and give their opinion on the steroid topic that we was talking about, I sit back and listen to what a brother got to say. You know what I'm saying? It's no right or wrong answer. It's only our opinions when it comes to all that type of stuff, man. Magnolia say he'll take Mayday. Terrence, big salute to the brother Terrence in the building. Yes, sir, man. Mayday, Mayday. Oh yeah, man, that autocorrect, and man, you be typing. I ain't gonna lie to you, I type stuff sometime, man, and it come out all screwed up, all jammed up, man. Let them boys know, man. They ain't doing no Saturday night debate, man. They can't. It is what it is. They done got to the point now. They put my name in the title, and the people that they got on the pictures ain't even me. Man, these boys tripping out here, man. They boys straight up tripping. Mayday, Macho Buck. You rather have Mayday? Me, myself, I believe I'd rather take Macho Buck. Because like I always told y'all, I was a big 357 fan. I've been a 357 fan since the 90s. Hey, we start talking about the 90s dog brothers. How many of y'all know about Vietnam? You know what I'm saying? And Vice Grip. And them boys. Them from the 90s. Them 90s bulldog kennels that we don't even hear about no more. Brothers had superb dogs. Oh yeah, Magnolia, I got you. You say Mayday and Macho Buck pedigree. I got you on that. And I can definitely understand that. Mayday is some of the reason Macho Buck as good as he is what you're saying. I can definitely understand that, dog. Now, do you think Victor would have used that as an excuse if maybe they was dog old, dirt dog old by the time Macho Buck was doing, if not dead, maybe they was dead by the time Macho Buck was doing this thing, you know. But if they was in the same era, do you think he would have used that as an excuse and say, I ain't going into Macho Buck, my dog helped produce that dog? Because a lot of brothers won't go until they stop what they consider their dog helped produce that type of stuff. Hey, I appreciate it, Terrence, man. I appreciate it. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I get a little dirty sometimes when it comes to that drama and all that type of stuff, man. You know, I'm working on that. Like I said, I'm a work in progress, man. I'm a work in progress. I ain't perfect. I'm just trying to get to it, man. Bruce Banner, what's going on with you? Yes, sir, man. Bruce Banner, we talking about that Macho Buck stuff, man. That's Bruce Banner love that stuff as well. I like that Macho Buck stuff, man. I like the 357, the Macho Buck, and I love the STP Buck, the way he's bred and the way he looked. I never really, you know, had no dog directly off STP Buck. I had a dog from Mr. Gaston, but you know, nothing to talk about as far as me turning him into a grown dog and he coming out and doing all kind. You know, I told you already, I killed my dog off the Gaston stuff that I had by administering an 8-way shot the wrong way, and I gave him parvo. But you learn from your mistakes. Now, every time I do 8-way shots, I look and make sure I mix the solid with the liquid, because I just shot him with the liquid without paying attention and gave him that parvo. You know, every time I do it now, you know, it's just a habit. Paying attention, paying attention. Yes, sir, man. Yes, sir. But while y'all thinking about that Macho Buck stuff, let me show you something real quick, man. Why I say, man, y'all, them brothers that be like to troll, them brothers be like to call me names and all kind of stuff. Let me show you something real quick. You know, see, this is what the brother Welsh got going on over in the alternative school. You know, they don't want you, they want to talk about me with everything. They want to say this about me. But listen here, man. This brother say, I know better, but I took a man for his word. Speaking about Welsh, you know, speaking about Welsh, say I took a man for his word, and that man was Welsh Kennels. Brother still haven't gave me the papers for this pup. The pup is 8 months old. Still haven't got the papers. And I don't raise paperless dogs. I feel you 100% on that, big dog. I feel you 100% on that. And anybody that ever rocked with me with a puppy, anybody that ever got a dog from me, I take pride in handing you that paper, making sure you get that paper when you buy that dog. You know what I'm saying? It just is what it is. That's why I tell these brothers, man, sweep around your own motherfucking back door before you try to sweep around mine. You know what I'm saying? Brother say, I couldn't act a fool, and I plan to be content in the end. But it's the way you do everything. Hey, brother, it is the way you do everything, and somehow or another that clip got to me. That clip got to the bait. It's the way you do everything. You know what I'm saying? In my younger days, I would have just, I know what you was about to say, homie. You know, but times have changed, and so must I. So if you're in the Baltimore area, anybody in the Baltimore area right now, because it's a up-to-date picture, a up-to-date comment. If you're in the Baltimore area and you like this dog and you want this dog, contact this brother. He on the Tom Garner Kennel website, Hakeem Bryant. You know, he got the dog. Like the man say, he don't raise paperless dogs. And I'm not going to talk trash about the dog. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to say the dog ugly or none of that. I'm just going to tell brothers, sweep around your own back door before you try to diss me, knock me, and all other kind of shit. You know what I'm saying? Because these articles like this, they come to me. And I won't hesitate to unleash the beast. You know what I'm saying? Cool Beans, what's going on? What's going on? Yes, sir, man. It just is what it is, man. These brothers, when I start selling puppies and I start bringing my pups out or whatever, they getting to troll me even more. They getting to trolling hard. They think they be stopping my puppy sales, and they think they be trying to stop me from doing this and doing that. Like, I don't understand, man. That's why I said what I said in the last couple of videos, man. These brothers have a mentality that's gonna always keep them at a certain level. You know what I'm saying? That's why the brothers that's doing positive, you're gonna rise over all these folk out here, man. You know what I'm saying? They ain't gonna be able to stop the brothers that's doing positive. If you don't got nothing positive going on with yourself, you're just gonna be stuck in the bottom. Everybody who's trying to excel in this pit bull, the American pit bull terrier, the real American pit bull terrier, you're gonna have to have something positive going on about your program. You know, these folk got a Operation Fight Club in Dallas, and we still ain't heard nothing about it yet. You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, you know, Bonafide, you know, I ain't gonna say, I ain't gonna get into that, Bruce Banner. I ain't gonna get into that, man, because like I said, I'm trying to do better, but I just couldn't go without letting I couldn't go without putting that clip up. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't keep these boys out my comments. You can't keep them calling me names. You can't keep them this and that. And I done got on Welsh ass one time before about the puppy he had in that damn cage. You know what I'm saying? Now we right back around. You selling somebody a dog, the dog 8 months old. That man don't know if that dog from a dog pound or if that dog really off what you say y'all for. You know what I'm saying? You can't sell a dog. You can't sell a dog for high if you ain't giving them no papers. You got to sell that shit for $250, $175 or something like that, man. You ain't got no papers. I mean, it just is what it is. You know, and real bulldoggers might always say they don't care about papers. See, that's the thing. You don't got to care about papers, but you want to make sure your shit got papers. You know, I can't get up here and say, I'm gonna sell y'all this. I'm gonna sell y'all this, and the dog don't got no papers because the brother say, oh, what kind of pedigree you got? Then I'm making up stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, get your business right, you know, and get that brother his papers, man, because the dog look like it could be a great dog. The dog make a name for your program. But he can't make a name for your program because you ain't issuing out the right. You know? So, I mean, it just is what it is, man. Let me get this up off and get that Macho Buck back up there. You know? Macho Buck, man, a predominantly Red Boy Jocko and Bolio dog. He got so much Red Boy Jocko in him that I can say either one first. I can say he a Red Boy Jocko Bolio dog, or I can say he a Bolio Red Boy Jocko dog. You know? And he bred damn good. That bitch Miss Leaky right here, bred good, good, good. Mayday, we already know what Mayday is. And Blondie, man, look at here. This dog right here, I don't know if people really pay attention to how this dog is bred. STP Buck bred the grand champion yellow daughter. Man, you know them brothers felt like they had a hellified bulldog when they had this bitch right here. Grand champion yellow daughter bred the STP Buck. That's a hellified breeding, man. And we haven't heard any boatload of stories. I'm talking about boatload of stories off of STP Buck, besides maybe what the Sport Dog Journal say. But them boys promote them dogs, man. They promoted them jokers. Now, let me take Macho Buck off the screen and let me put the Gaston's boy up there and see what his percentages is when it comes to Red Boy Jocko Bolio. You know, let me check it out real quick. In a quick second. All right, we got that Gaston's boy. Gaston's boy. When we look at the top, Hollingsworth Bodine. That's coming down off your Crumbs, Caribou Dog, and Little Taylor in the back right there. That's your Bolio stuff. You got Patrick's Bull Boy Bob. That's your Bolio. So the top half is Bolio, Anderson Tataka. That's gonna be, I want to say Tombstone Bolio, if I ain't mistaken. Yep, that's your Tombstone Bolio. So the boy dog is where we see the Tombstone Bolio cross, and then we got yellow on the bottom with your Bolio stuff. So this right here gonna be Tombstone Bolio and Red Boy Jocko with no Grand Champion yellow in it. Red Boy Jocko, Tombstone Bolio with no Grand Champion yellow. Neither Mayday, but it's a Tombstone Bolio Red Boy Jocko cross. And this dog here. I want to say should be before Mayday, older than Mayday. This dog right here, if I'm not mistaken. could be wrong. I'm just going by the breedings and the dogs in the pedigree. Let me drop that link in the chat again as well. Keep brothers updated with that link in case anybody want to get up here and talk about something, anything. When it comes to your dog, you don't even got to speak about the particular topic I'm talking about. You can have something that you wanted to talk about and just haven't got it out yet. Like I always say, man, y'all hit that like button up. I appreciate everybody that's rocking with me tonight. Everybody that's been rocking with me all week, man. You know what I'm saying? Just trying to do it how we do it. It's getting a little bit warmer down here, down south, right about now. The weather back and forth, what the old folk like to call the pneumonia weather. Cold one day and hot the next. 70, we was almost at 80 degrees the other day. We was at 78. And we're gonna be back down in the 40s in the next 2 days. Next couple of days, we'll be back down in the 40s and the 50s. So it's back and forth, man. But can't complain about it. Just grateful that the good old Lord, the great Lord, woke me up this morning. Let me get back to this Gaston's boy. Like I say, a lot of that Toro stuff in the STP Toro. But you got your tombstone bolio. You got your bolio. I mean, your tombstone in there. Now that's the Bodine dog. That dog, that look good. Now let's talk about this black stuff in the bolio dogs that we see modern day time. This is the dog they always say that throw the black stuff in the 2026 bolio dogs when you breathe so tight. They claim it's coming back from this dog, Bull Boy Bob. Now I don't believe that shit myself. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe it. I believe Bull Boy Bob is too far back for a black dog to pop up because you bred your dogs tight. You can't breed them no tighter than what them boys been breeding them from the 90s and the early 2000s. And they ain't getting no black dogs off of it. So, in 2026, you shouldn't be getting no black dog and talking about it's coming from this dog right here where I'm circling. But like I say, anything's possible, man. I ain't the one to say I'm a scientist and know it all or none of that type of stuff, but anything's possible. And one thing about this dog community, this dog game, ain't no telling what you're gonna see out here. Hey, I'm about to check that Black Heart Kennels. I'm about to check that out now. Gaston's Heartbreak, you said. Heartbreak Jr. I'm gonna check that out right now. Let me get to it. I tell you what, man, that online ped moving fast as a mother right now, man. He ain't moved this fast in damn near years. All right, Heartbreak Jr., man. Heartbreak Jr. coming down off. I'm going to the third generation. We got STP Buck bred to his daughter. Then we got Daisy May. We already checked Daisy May out, so we know Daisy May is the Red Boy Jocko. So Heartbreak himself is about, I'm gonna say about 70% of your bolio stuff, and then maybe about 30% of your Red Boy Jocko. And that's just I'm just estimating, I might not be 100% correct on that. But about 70% bolio, about 30% Red Boy Jocko through Daisy May rum. Now we go to the bottom side of Gaston Stormy. You got Buck, Daisy May, that's your Red Boy Jocko, bolio again. But then you got these two dogs, Jacob's Whip, which is coming off Miller's Red Man. That's a Red Boy dog coming directly off, I want to say, off a Red Boy. All right. Now let me check out Miller's Honey. That's coming off Red Boy. So this dog right here, this breeding Miller's Red Man, Miller's Honey, made Jacob's Whip. Jacob's Whip is a pure Red Boy dog. Let's check out Bullard's Brutus and see what he's coming off of. Got an unknown on the top, Red Boy on the bottom, a few unknowns on the bottom. So the only thing we really recognize right there is the Red Boy. And then we go to Alexander's Little Bit in the 4th generation, Red Boy, and a Carver's Miss Spike dog in the very back there. So we got some Carver dogs bred to the Red Boy stuff. So that's pretty much this dog Brown's Rainbow is a Red Boy dog with a pinch of that Carver stuff in it. All right, that's a Red Boy with a pinch of Carver. And under that, you see Red Boy Jocko Bolio again. That's why I say, man, a lot of the old school brothers, even Indian Sonny, he was breeding the Chinaman. I mean, not the Chinaman, excuse me, the Eli to the Bolio stuff. But as they start going, into the 90s, you see these brothers, they start drifting to that Bolio and Red Boy Jocko cross. Like, even if it don't got Grand Champion Yellow in it, they start drifting to that cross. So maybe that cross was given a little more success than the Eli Bolio cross. I don't know. I'm just going by the pedigrees and giving my opinion on it. So it's bred up, man. This dog is bred up. Heartbreak Jr. And he a grand champion. Let's see what his offspring look like. Grand champion Shy Baby. All right, now Shy Baby. Now this dog here bred up. When I say bred up, this joker here bred. Still Red Boy Jocko Bolio all the way through. We go to 4th generation. Buck, STP, Helcher. Helcher is coming down off of, that's a Bolio dog. Then we see some STP Reno back there, Carver Stampanato, La Posse's Buster Rum. So it's kind of on the bottom side of this buck dog, it's kind of almost scattered bred. On the bottom, we got little Mims. That may be coming off your Red Boy. Maybe. Let me check it out. Nope. See, that's another. I'm glad I looked at that dog. We'll look at the names that we familiar with, like Mims, like Boyles, like Crenshaw, and we'll automatically assume that they're coming off of their main bloodlines or the bloodlines they represented. If I wouldn't have clicked on that dog, I would have thought this Mims Hannah Patch was a Red Boy dog. And they don't got no Red Boy in it, So we have to really pay attention to these pairs, man. But that's a damn good bred dog as well. Gaston Shy Baby. Havana Boys got 4th generation I'm looking at. Havana Boys Maggie Rum. Carver dogs in the background. Carver Greenwoods. Carver Stampanato. Grand Champion Needham's Hannibal. Arts Missy. Bully Son. Midnight Cowboy, which is a Bully Son dog. Bully Son is an Eli dog. Now, let me say this, right? Because this is what brothers do. Brothers do this a lot. Brothers will say that Shy Baby is an Eli dog. Shy Baby ain't no Eli dog because you can go in the pedigree and see Eli back there. Like Eli brothers like to do that because you can go back there and see Eli in them. Say he an Eli dog. No, the correct phrase that you need to use is when you go in the pedigree, you see Eli back there. It's so many dogs been bred since this Eli that I'm showing you in the 4th generation of Havana Boys Maggie. And that's one. Then you got Bully Son that's coming off Eli. So you got 1, 2, 3. Three places where Eli is in the pedigree through the Bully Son stuff. And how many spots you got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 on top, 8 on the bottom. That's 16 places. You got three places is Eli out of 16. That don't make a dog Eli, you know. He got Eli dogs in him, way in the back. But when these folks start talking, when these folks say, "Oh, what's Grand Champion Shy Baby?" She's a Heartbreak Junior dog, you know, a STP Buck dog. And I'm gonna say this, I could be, you know, I may get a little flack from it. STP Buck produced better dogs than what Eli produced it. When you look at STP Buck offspring and you look at Eli offspring to modern day time, STP Buck was a better producer. So why would I skip the better producer to speak about Eli when he's still way back in the back? Heartbreak Junior. Let's check some of these offspring out from him. And Shy Baby was a 6-time winner. That's a picture of her right there. Six-time winner. See, this is what you don't see when you and you don't see this when you look at the Eli pair. Every time you go from generation to generation, 6-time winner, 4-time winner, grand champion, 5-time winners, 10-time winner, 8-time winner. You don't see that when you look at the offspring of Eli from as it goes down. You know, you got 7-time in the Buck dog. The Buckus dog, he a 4-time and 1-time gain loss. You know, 357 is a champion. Grand champion Undertaker's Red Buck, which is an 8-time winner. You don't got these many winners when you look at the Eli offspring and the descendants from Eli. But that don't mean he wasn't a great dog. That don't mean he wasn't a great producer. We just going about what online page, you know, the information they're giving us. And you remember I did the videos a long time ago when I was saying the royal family, when it comes to the royal bloodline, it's gonna be Red Boy, in my opinion. Because you look at from Red Boy, the Yellow John, the Grand Champion Yellow, to Mayday, and then you go which direction you want to go from there. You can stop at Grand Champion Yellow and go about 10 different directions from Yellow Sons, and then from that, you're gonna still get champion, grand champion, grand champion. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Big John, he was a champion. You go to one of his sons, they was the champion. One of his sons, there was a champion. You go to a Mayday, Luke Kane, Barracuda, and each one of these dogs produce champions and grand champions of their self, you know? So the production is a whole lot different. Heartbreak, let's go back. Big shout out to the brother Darrell Hughes in the building, or Darrell Hughes. My fault, my brother. You know what I'm saying? Black Heart Kennels, man. I ain't sure if I gave you your shout out yet, but shout out to you, brother. I tell you what, that Gaston stuff is kind of hard to find right about now, man. You know, I know brothers got it bred up, but I'm talking about how you can easily find some of your other Red Boy Jocko or Bolio crosses and stuff. Some of that Gaston stuff is kind of hard to find. And I want to say that Gaston, them Gaston dogs was kind of on this side as well. They was in that, if I ain't mistaken, North Carolina area or either South Carolina area. I never dealt with that fella, but I know he went too far. When I hear brothers talking about the Gaston dogs, he went too far. Hey, Bruce Banner said Garner just did an Eli Bolio breeding. Was that the breeding that you showed me, that you sent me the video for? And Garner, Garner be making some hellified breeders as well. You know, I don't think you could. I believe that Bolio stuff would have gave you your gameness. I believe the Bolio stuff would have gave you your gameness, and your Eli would have been your rough dogs, maybe. So you still would have got like almost like your Red Boy, Jocko, crosses and stuff with the Bolio dogs. Now this is my thing. Your Bolio dogs weren't really known, at least the ones. What was they bringing to the table when it came to breeding with the Red Boy Jocko? Some of your Red Boy Jocko dogs was real rough, but they known to be real game dogs. Now your Bolio, we all hear Bolio's a real smart dog. I never really heard the Bolio stuff was real rough. Now I remember going into a Bolio dog, a Red Boy Jocko Bolio, Tombstone Bolio dog, and we had that dog off Champion Hickory, and he was going, but the Red Boy Jocko dog was scratching a little bit harder, Tombstone Bolio. And what I heard the man say, I don't like that part in him. That's that Tombstone Bolio. What did he mean by that is what I asked myself to this day. What did he see in that dog, what that dog was doing? I know the dog was still coming hard, but maybe he wasn't putting enough mouth into it or something like that. The dog was coming. But he said, I didn't like that. That's that Red Boy Jocko. I mean, that's that Tombstone Bolio coming out in him. I don't like that. That's exact words was. And I often wonder what he meant by that. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, maybe he wasn't putting enough pressure down or something, just scratching. Maybe the Bolio dog's known to be game as well. But like I said, I thought it was a smart dog, passing down smart traits. Dogs that know how to stay out of the way, dogs that know how to get the job done. And that's what I want to know. That's why I was saying which Bolio dog got them traits from the original dog Bolio himself, or which dog is producing better. I believe STP Buck produced better than Bolio. My opinion. I believe STP Buck produced better than Bolio. And that's how it's supposed to be done. That don't take nothing from Bolio. If Bolio is a hellified breeder, the one that they say he is, then he's supposed to produce dogs better than him, like I was saying in my other video. Any dog that's considered the shit when it comes to producing, if you ain't the shit, if you don't produce dogs better than you. Mayday was a hellified breeder, then he got to have dogs out there that was on that ground that was better than he was. If he don't, then he ain't the breeder like they say, like they claim. Yellow was a breeder. He produced dogs that was better, at least better in performance than he was. And all yellow offspring carried them genes to produce bulldogs. Big salute to them brothers that got that Garner Ray Lewis stuff out there, man. Dose is my doggy. Dougie, salute to you, my bro. Salute to everybody that's got that Ray Lewis stuff out there, because I hear a lot of brothers talking about that, the Ray Lewis dogs. I don't got no real experience with them, and I always tell y'all brothers, when I don't got experience with a dog, I can't knock them. I can't talk no shit about a dog I never had, or a dog I haven't seen, or none of that type of stuff. So big salute and big shout out to all them brothers with them dogs, man. Hey, one thing let me say about a yard boy. Ain't nothing wrong with being a yard boy. Sometimes being a yard boy get you to see some of the best dogs you ever seen. It ain't nothing wrong with being a yard boy or a yard man or however. You know what I'm saying? I just had to correct some things with brothers that was in my chat, in my comments. You know what I'm saying? And for them to get down there and talk about yard man, that lets you know how much they really know, because it ain't nothing wrong with being a yard man. You know, I always say you gotta start off somewhere. And what if you was yard man for David Tant, and now your dogs is the dogs everybody want? You was the yard man for Brother Garner, and now your dogs is the dogs everybody want because you was getting the dogs from him. Or you was the yard man for Indian Sonny, and now you got the best bolio bred dogs. You know, it's nothing wrong with being a yard man. All you're doing is cleaning up. But I just had to make that point that, man, I know, I was just doing my own thing, and I was hiring yard men. You know what I'm saying? I had quite a few yard men that helped me with my dogs. I got one brother out there that I might get on my channel that get up there and talk a little bit. He don't know bulldogs, but he could tell you what he did and help me throughout my days. You know, it ain't nothing wrong with no yard man, man. I remember we had a young buck. He in prison now doing about 40 years. He used to come around all the time. He was probably about, I'm gonna say he was probably about 15, maybe at the time. Somewhere around that area, 15, 14, somewhere around that area. And I was probably in my damn early 20s and shit. And he used to come around. He was like a dog fanatic. He ain't have no dogs, but he was a dog fanatic. He'd just come around every damn day. Come around every day. Come around every day. He wasn't and then shit. I can't even say he was a yard man because he ain't helped me do nothing as far as cleaning up and everything. Because I always clean up my own stuff. But he was to the point where he'll come around and you'll give him a dog. He'll end up with a dog. He end up with some of that Champion Hickory shit. He end up with offspring off Sambo. He end up with a lot of dogs. You know, if he was home right now that he could speak about that, when we look back on it, he like, damn, boy, I had dogs off this. When I told y'all we bred the Hickory dog to the white tab stuff, you know, he had dogs off them breeders. You know, and one thing I will say, boy, when you're going back in them days, especially when you were a young buck like I was, you really didn't know the importance of the dogs that you had. You know, you just want to roll something. You just want to roll this and roll that and roll this. Now I look back on it, man, I wish I would have just saved that, saved this, saved that. And just made a breeding, made this breeding, made that breeding, and hopefully still had a great grandson off some of that shit. You know, man, look here, man. You don't really realize how good you have it sometimes. You know, and being a yard man might get you hated on. You know what I'm saying? Being a yard man might get you hated on because you got connects to some of them dogs that some of these brothers wish they had connects to. You know what I'm saying? And I can't remember who that was in my comments earlier when the person came and they wanted to know what a yard person was or what a yard man was. I want to say Mad Doctor made the statement, and he cleared it up, and he made a good statement. He said, a yard man is nothing but a caretaker. That's all it is, man. A caretaker. The yard man might be the reason that dog is ill as he is. It just depends on how much time the actual owner spends with his dog. You know, I was really hands-on with mine, but you got people out there that they just buy the dogs and they put them on the chains, and the yard man do all the feeding. The yard man do all the walking and all the playing and getting his dog the way he need to be. You know what I'm saying? So you never can knock the yard man. You never can knock the yard man. But what about that midnight cowboy stuff, man? You know, it's kind of a iffy situation when it comes to that midnight cowboy stuff. I ran across a few of them in my days. You know, not to say they was pure midnight cowboy. Now dosage. How would you call wouldn't a midnight cowboy dog be an Eli dog, right? Or a bully son dog or Eli dog? Now them dogs are close to Eli. Now, what would you call a dog that's nothing but midnight cowboy and Eli dogs in them? Would you just say that's an Eli dog? Or would you say midnight cowboy? And you know what I get confused sometimes, especially like modern day time, because I never really knew the shorty cowboy dog like that. But I get them confused sometimes with the midnight cowboy. And that's two different damn dogs, different type of dogs, you know. But the shorty cowboy, that's the dog with your screwed up feet. Got the easty westy or whatever they call it. You know what I'm saying? I never ran across a shorty cowboy dog, but remember I told y'all about I went into the dog Fletcher. You know, I got the dog Fletcher off the Walk'em stuff, but my dog Fletcher is the younger dog Fletcher. The dog that I went into back in the days was the real Fletcher that them brothers had. My dog, the real Fletcher, but it's the one I had. Them brothers had a dog named Fletcher as well. Now I went into him with a Midnight Cowboy dog. I want to say it was Midnight Cowboy. His name was Mexico. And I may speak to the brother and he give me the correct pedigree. I want to say Midnight Cowboy. And I really thought I had a chance of beating that dog Fletcher that damn day. You know, but he scratched when I didn't scratch, so you know he won. But I had a couple dealings with the Midnight Cowboy stuff. And Crossroad had some of that Midnight Cowboy stuff over there heavy. But I never got the dogs from him. He was making the breedings off the Midnight Cowboy stuff, bred back to the Jeep stuff and different things, but I never got them dogs from him. Yeah, man. What time is it? Oh, it's number 8 o'clock. Drop a pedigree or something. What y'all want me to look up here on this pair thing, man? We're gonna check some pairs out tonight. Who y'all got? Garcia or Mario Bar? What his name? Mario Barrios. I got Garcia, man. I ain't gonna lie, Garcia look like he ready. And drop me some more pedigrees I can look up real quick. Let me look up this Ray Lewis dog that everybody be talking about. I'm gonna look up Ray Lewis, man. Oh, Dorian said he got Barrios. Man, Barrios, reason why I ain't gonna take him is because he really he maybe he took it light on Pacquiao, but he really ain't, in my opinion, he ain't really destroyed Pacquiao. Pacquiao a hell of a fighter. But I just Ryan look like he damn ready right now, boy. I ain't gonna lie to you. But I'm about to look up Ray Lewis real quick and see what it looked like with him. Let me look at that. Garner's Ray Lewis. Oh, buddy. Okay. Garner's Ray Lewis. Let's see what we got here. We got Boudreaux Maverick, and I'm going to the 4th generation. Oh, shit, Fat Bill. We got some Fat Bill back in that motherfucker. Oh, shit. All right, we got Maverick bred to Fat Bill's Ripper in the 4th generation. I'm just trying to see what this dog bred like. All right, then we got Garner's China Rose. I had a female off that dog back in the days. China Rose. Garner's El Negro. I beat a dog directly off El Negro with a Big John dog back in the days. The dog was directly off El Negro. Now I always tell you, had a dog off Bobby Peru as well. Bred a dog off Bobby Peru with a Walk'em dog. Came out with a sausage dog. Motherfucker look like a sausage dog, man. Not gonna say it wasn't a good dog, but the dog looked like a sausage dog. All right, anyway. So we got El Negro and Cruz Nicky, which is Garner's Nicky. That's Mo Maverick. Maverick and Frisco and Chinaman. Oh shit, we got some Bolero. Fat Bill on the move. Got some Bolero back there. Buzz, Fat Bill Stomper. Snake Man's Runt, Fat Bills. Fat Bill's Black Rose. Okay. All right. That's the DJ Cruz Nicky dog that got all that stuff in it. Garner's Roscoe Jr. That's your T-Bud stuff. That's what them brothers be calling that Mexican Eli stuff coming down off of that. Cardenas and them dogs. Got the Chinaman on the bottom. Romero's China Girl. Hey, I ain't gonna lie to you, man. My partner back in the days, he had bought one of them famous females that Garner had. One of them a little small bitch. That bitch was bad as a motherfucker. I can't remember her damn name though. To save my life, I couldn't remember her damn name. And we ain't got the papers for like just have them stashed or nothing like that. So we got Garner's Dolly 2, Frisco, Garner's Yoko, Roscoe Jr., Dolly 2. Still that Yoko dog coming off of Chinaman. Chinaman is that snooty stuff. Eli. I like how that dog look. He look hard body. I like how he look. Roscoe Jr. Let's see. Garner's El Drago. It's a good looking dog. Let me check Bobby Peru out. His pedigree, I mean. Oh man, so we had some Fat Bill shit. No one I ain't like that motherfucker. Now this bullshit, Fat Bill. Fat Bill Ripper. Stomper dog. Got some Boudreaux dogs back there. Then you got Grand Champion Herman. That's Midnight Cowboy. Okay, so Midnight Cowboy is coming directly off Bully Son. So if I got a pure Midnight Cowboy dog, a heavy bred Midnight Cowboy dog, that could be still considered a heavy bred Bully Son dog then. If he directly off Bully Son. And back in the days when I'm talking about, they would have been directly off. That would have been in our second and third generation. We wouldn't have had to go with all these clicks and clicking back, going into the 8th generation and all that stuff. Heck yeah, man. I ain't gonna lie, that one we bred with Bobby Peru, that's why I'm saying, when we went and got them dogs from Garner, it was about 15 puppies in the cage. And they were different colors, red nose, brown dogs and stuff. We had got the ones off Bobby Peru, and then we got one off Dynamo. But the one off Dynamo was a red nose, and the one off Bobby Peru was like a rusty color red, a dark red color with a black mask. Now I like the way the Bobby Peru dog looked. The one that came off Bobby Peru, I love the way that dog had looked. But the offspring, when she bred to a dog off country, Walkmall's country. Man, that dog was damn. And I didn't see the dog once it got grown. I'm talking about from the time it was like 8 months and younger. Man, look at here, sausage dog. But it might have been a hellified dog, man. Might have been a hellified damn dog. Because this Ray Lewis dog looked pretty good here. I've been hearing a lot of brothers talk about it. What about that chemo dog, man? Garner's that chemo stuff. I hear that's some of the good breeding stuff that Garner got too as well. Good producing stuff. I know some people that were doing protection work with some chemo stuff coming directly off chemo. That's them right there. Speak of the devil. And I'm gonna say it like this, man. When it comes to all these dogs that we looking at and talking about on a daily basis, I believe in my own opinion, I believe it comes down to more of who you get your dog to instead of how good this dog producing. You know, if you getting them to the right people that know what to do with these dogs, you're gonna get good results from them sometimes, a lot of the times. When they go into certain people that may not know exactly what they're doing with them, then you may get mixed results from some of these dogs, man. You know, go on this chemo. Check the dynamite dog out. Good looking dog. Now the Frisco dog, I never had a brown Frisco dog, you know, but I wouldn't mind having one directly off Frisco back in the days. The ones that we had that was coming off Frisco was black dogs, so I'm quite sure they either was bred to a black female, maybe China girl or China Rose or one of them females. It had been some black females because the dogs were black. And I ain't gonna lie, we had one that was killing shit straight off of Frisco, and this was in the 90s. And he was probably about a give or take, he was about a 40-pound dog, maybe a 39-pound, about a 40-pound dog. That joker was killing shit. And we got a female from Garner that I told y'all I don't know what bloodline it was or what name. She was black, but she was probably about between 35 and 37 pounds, somewhere around that area. Man, that bitch was the damn truth. We had a couple eras of them Garner dogs, man. We had the era where we bought the Garner dogs from them in the 90s, and then we kind of faded back, and then we started going back and shopping with them in the 2000s is when I got the Dynamo stuff. The Bobby Peru stuff was from the 2000s, but the Frisco stuff was from the 90s that we got. And I ain't gonna lie, my homeboy, he was shutting shit down with that Frisco dog he had. And like I said, none of them was real big dogs. The ones that we had. And if you get these dogs to the right people, man, they can all produce champions. You know what I'm saying? And dosage. You said if I'm selling my dogs to the right people, they're gonna always be, you know, not saying they're gonna always do good, but I'll get a legitimate how can I put it? You tell me whether it's good or a piece of shit or not. Salute to my brothers out there with that Earl Jr. stuff. You know what I'm saying? I know a few brothers that got that Earl Jr. stuff because the brother Infinite, he really focused in on them Earl dogs, you know, and running a family of dogs coming down off the Earl stuff and the Earl Jr. stuff. You know, when that brother passed away, you know, his family took it over or whatever, but he was really running that type of stuff. Champion Peter, Earl Champion Peter. You talking about the Earl dog or a dude named Earl? And like I said, when it comes to the dogs that we got from Garner back in the 90s, I was a young buck. So we did young buck stuff with the dogs. So I can understand if the dogs didn't make it to where they were supposed to be, or they didn't make it to the caliber of the dog they were supposed to be. We were doing young buck shit with the dogs. And the time I got the dogs in the Bobby Peru stuff and the Dynamo stuff, we knew what the hell was going on. You know what I'm saying? You knew not to get out there and destroy the dog. You knew not to put the dog dog that's down 15 pounds bigger than he is. You know, back when we had them Frisco dogs, man, shit, we was teenagers. So shit, if you got a pit, you bring that motherfucker. Didn't care about no damn weight, no none of that shit. That's where you get green. That's where the green is coming from. And you learn, because motherfucker bring a dog just as good as yours, and he 5-10 pounds bigger than yours, he gonna destroy your dog. You might not get a second chance with that same dog. You might ruin the dog, teach him a bad habit in just that one show. Oh yeah, them the good old days right there, man. Them was the good old days. I just wish we had all the money that we spent. I just wish we had 10% of them dogs still left. Me, myself, I'm talking about. Of the money we spent. I remember that Frisco dog that I was telling y'all about was a killer. I remember how he died on the yard. Like he was, I want to say he just died out the blue or some shit like that. That joker was crazy, boy. Little joker. He had some good leg up on him. Like he had to be about a 30, 38-pound dog or something like that. Now that I look back on it. We had some big ones though off of that hickory dog. He threw both sides. He threw big dogs and I mean it mattered how the female look as well. But we had some big dogs off hickory and some man, we had a brindle dog off Champion Hickory. This motherfucker was brindle. That motherfucker had teeth like a dang on, like your pinky finger, dog. That's the one we put on the bolio dog. When I was telling you, the man said he ain't like how that tombstone was coming out in that Red Boy Jocko stuff. That one that was brindle, that brindle hickory dog. And that's the same hickory dog that that joker when I got Sambo and I put him on that hickory dog. Man, that hickory dog hit him in the chest. This is when I first got Bo. That hickory dog hit him he was probably about 11 months old at that time. That joker hit him in the chest, and Sambo was just looking at him like he wasn't hurting him. He wasn't doing shit. That shit pissed me off. He wasn't started up yet. And that dog went in his chest, man, and put a baseball size knot in his chest. And that shit stayed on Sambo's chest for like at least a damn 7-8 months to a year. He kept a little knot right there in the middle of his damn chest right there. Until one day another dog grabbed it and that shit bust open in the damn show. I rolled him. He been rolling, kicking ass with that little knot in his chest. It was about the size of a tennis ball. And he got that shit from the hickory dog. Yep. Hey man, I was blessed to have a dog catcher in my damn area during them days, dog. He'll bring the dogs to you. You know what I'm saying? Not the one like if you out there getting in trouble. They'll take the dogs and take them. But this dude here actually worked at the dog pound. He was like the head man at the dog pound. So he'll be like, yo, we got some pits out here. And man, we had dogs sometimes they ain't had no damn papers. He'd bring this any damn thing. You know, when you 15, 16, 17, you take any damn thing. If it's a pit bull, you just want to roll some. That's why to this day, when I speak about Mr. Claude Puckett, Mr. Claude gave us papers, but I don't remember dang on what them dang on papers was saying, because we ain't give a damn about that shit. Get that dog home, let's do something with him. Sit him on the chain for a little while, let's do something with him. That's another one. We ain't let them dogs sit the way they're supposed to sit from Mr. Claude. You know what I'm saying? Ruin them dogs. Now, I ain't gonna lie. When it come to Frisco dogs, silky smooth, I hear you on that. You say they either killers or they was curves back in the days. You know, everything we speaking about is historical stuff from the 90s and different things. And, you know, but I will say this. We never had a Frisco dog that wouldn't start up back in them days. Like, you know how you get a cold dog or something? We never had a cold Frisco dog. I ain't gonna lie to you, we ain't never had a cold dog from that brother yard, period. Now that I think about it, every damn thing we got from over there was shaking something. Heck yeah. Now, a Silky say, now all of a sudden the Frisco dogs turn red nose with soft mouths. Now, it could come, you know how that go, man. When he start breeding that red boy stuff in there, and you may get your red Frisco dogs. Because back in the days, now in the 90s, I didn't get no red stuff from them. I got black dogs. Every dog that we got from Mr. Garner in the 90s, because we got a lot of them, at least about damn 10 of them. And we ain't bought no puppies. We was buying the Frisco dogs was puppies, but that black chance dog and them black females that we got, man, them dogs was full grown. Them jokers was going, boy. I had a female named Killer Cam. I named her after Cameron them back in the days when they was out, when we was young. Her name was Killer Cam. Red nosed bitch, buckskin. I ain't even sure what that bitch was off of, dog. Tell you the truth, to this day, she was same color Mellow Yellow was, but she was probably about a high 30, maybe about 30, 36 pound dog. Ears was clipped. One of my homeboys brought her to me. You know, man, that motherfucking bitch there was the truth. That bitch there was the truth, boy. She stopped one of them damn Garner dogs we had. She went up in there and bust up. I ended up I can't remember what I did with her. I did her a few times and I either got rid of her or damn she died or something. I can't really remember what happened to her. Yeah, man. I don't like to think about them days sometimes, but I run a Pitbull channel, so I gotta talk about the old days a lot. I hate to think about them days, man, because it just make me think about all the shit that we ain't got now. That when I say we, I mean me or people around me. We don't got now that we had back then, and how blessed we was to have these great dogs from Crossroad, and this is before Walk'em stuff. Crossroad, Mr. Garner. We had Garner dogs before we got the Walk'em dogs. Just was blessed to have a lot of great dogs, man, and just fucked them up. You know what I'm saying? Just fucked them up. Had the money to buy them, but we ain't had the patience and we ain't had the knowledge to know what we was doing as far as sitting on them, getting them right. You know what I'm saying? Preserving the lines and all that type of stuff, man. Shit. The same way Mr. Garner got his now, we could have had ours the same damn way. It don't take but a few breedings. 10 years go by, you breeding, you make 1 or 2 breeding, 10 more years go by. Now we in 2020 something with some of the old dogs we had from the 90s. Yeah. I believe that red stuff, man, was coming from that red boy and that Cottonham stuff, maybe that he was breeding. But you can talk to him and he can tell you, it may have came from somewhere else. I don't know. I'm not a historian when it comes to the Garner stuff, like I am with the Red Boy Jocko stuff that I'll be dealing with. Yes, sir, man. Let me see. Like I said, if y'all want me to check any more peds out, man, drop them down. I'll check them out before I get up out of here. It don't matter what line it's off of. It can be off any line if you want me to check it out or something any of y'all brothers want to show your dog or something like that. Just drop the ped or tell me how to find it. I'll look it up. Tekarian. How you say that? I don't know how to say that shit, man. Tekarian. You mean the Weird Jack stuff? That what you meant to say? The Weird Jack? I'll look that up because I know a few brothers that run that Weird Jack stuff. Let me look that up real quick. Now we got that weird jack right here. That's your white tab. Where the white tab dogs at in today's time is what I want to ask. I'm glad I'm looking up this. Where are all the white tab dogs at? Do I gotta get them through the blackjack dog? The white tab dog? Because I don't see the white tab dogs like I used to see the white tab dogs. I'm talking about in the population, you know. But you know, blackjack got white tab in them, and I see a lot of blackjack dogs out here, a lot of Gators, Rodriguez Gator dogs out here. Damn, what's the brother name? I want to say the damn kennel name. I can't even think right now. The brothers got a lot of them. I know I had a dog off of some of their blackjack stuff. Had a lot of white tab shit. I got them through Eric, through Crossroad. I never had the weird jack dogs. I never had them, but my homeboy had them, and he big on them shits, man. He real big on them. Hey, R. Cliff, I think that's how you say it, R. Cliffy. Man, I wasn't waiting to no 18 months either, dog. 18 months? Shit. Hey, I don't know what the hell 18 months is. I ain't gonna lie, when I was a teenager, boy, I don't think nothing made it to no 18 months. By the time he was 18 months, that motherfucker was already worn down already. I gotta read the rest of your statement. R. Cliffy, you say PBK, I know you don't want to hear this, but the buckskin. What about the buckskin? I didn't see what else you was saying. Back then, I wasn't waiting on 18 months. I got to see what else you said. I didn't see what else as far as the buckskin, what you were saying about the buckskin. I don't really care about no dog color, man. You know what I'm saying? I like all the dogs, but I know colors go with certain bloodlines. You know, back in the days, I seen your black Jeep dogs and I seen your white tab stuff was like buckskin. They didn't, some of them had black masks and some of them just buckskin all over. A lot of them white tab dogs that I was seeing back then, I kind of could recognize them instantly. I used to call them the Chinese eyes, what I used to call them buckskin dogs with those squinchy eyes, and they had that certain shaped head. I can recognize it instantly. Hey, silky smooth. You know what they used to be mad about them fatty dogs? Because they used to say, Walkmall them used to say this a lot. Fatty can be beaten. All he do is lay down. But nobody really jumped on Fatty. Fatty wasn't beaten till Eric took him to damn Barracuda. Brothers could have got that smoke if they want that smoke. The same way we say all these old schoolers, if they wanted some of Mayday, they could have got some of Mayday. If they wanted some of yellow, they could have got some of yellow because they was out here doing that time. There's no excuse that y'all was cahoots with these brothers and you ain't get that smoke. You knew yellow phone. I mean, you knew David Tant phone number. Hey, but you ain't call him and get none of that yellow. You knew Victor phone number, but you ain't jump on Mayday. They knew how to get piece of Fatty, but they ain't call Eric and say, "Oh, let me get some of Fatty." Them Big John brothers, they got some of that dog that Eric had named Troop. They kicked Troop ass and bragged about it, but they ain't go back over there and get none of Fatty. All they kept saying to me was, "Oh, Fatty can be beat. Fatty can be beat," which we saw that with Barracuda. But yeah, them fatty dogs, man, they will lay down dogs. They'll keep going. I beat a fatty dog with Sambo. He was a fatty dog and Chinaman on the bottom and Fatty on the top. Destroyed his face, destroyed his whole muzzle and all that shit. Bull got in his muzzle and crushed that motherfucker looking like Terminator the next damn day. I ain't gonna lie to you, that joker, his eyeball was bouncing out like he had a string on it. I ain't gonna lie to you. Bull had crushed his damn muzzle. Speaking about shit from the 90s, anybody that's listening don't understand and want to say, oh my goodness, did you hear what he said? Talking about shit from the 90s. I'm rehabilitated now. You can't melt me and pull me on none of that shit. I ain't talking about the dog. I'm talking about the activities. To anybody that's listening. Hey, I'm gonna try to look that pedigree up, brother. That number. I'm gonna see if I can look it up with the number. Let me see what you say the number is. 872-600. 872-600. 872-600. See, I gotta have a name, man, because I gotta have the name, dog. Because I'm not actually on my online paid account. I'm just looking it up from Google. What's the name of the dog that you got on online paid? I'll look the name up because I'm just going through Google. Norman. What's the I'm gonna look that up now. Second to none, grand champion Norman, or Keemer's Norman. I hear a lot of good stuff about that dog there. I ain't sure if that's the dog you're talking about. L&R Norman. Okay, I'm looking that up. L&R Norman. L and R. That's him right there. We in business. Hey, Brian Williams, you damn sure ain't lying about that. Brian said, I've seen yard boys learn the dogs and bond with the dogs better than some owners. That's what I was saying earlier. The yard boys is maybe the reason that some of them dogs were great, man. That's probably the reason some of them dogs were great, because you had yard boys that gave them dogs more attention and the real attention that they needed to become the pit bull that they end up being. Let me see what you got here, brother, when we talk about the Norman dog. I'm going into the 4th generation, and the dog look good himself. Dog look good. I can't say, oh, that's a Jeep dog or something like that by looking at him. He look good, though. We got Bully Son, Arts Missy in the 4th generation on the top side. Cameron's Norman. Bully Son again. Some Carver Midnight Cowboy back there. I'm just strolling through the 4th generation, bro. Crutchfield's Art, 7-timer, Honey Bunch. Woods Miss Pool Hall Red. Let's check out the Spook dog. No, let's go to McIntyre's Hawthorne. Still Bully Son. This is a heavy bred Bully Son dog. I see that. It's more stuff in him, but it's a heavy bred Bully Son. This Kimmer, whoever Kimmer is, he got a lot of dogs in this pedigree. Oh yeah. That dog look good, man. Like his ear set. Good sound looking body. How heavy is that dog right there, man? I'm looking up here. I don't see no weight for him. How heavy that dog right there was or is? Eleanor Chino. Okay, I'm gonna look that up now. Eleanor Chino. Eleanor Chino's son. They ain't got no picture up there of him, but I'm gonna go to the fourth generation and see what he bred like. I always start at the fourth if I don't know, especially if I don't know none of the dogs in the pen really. I go to the fourth so I can start from there. Got your banjo, chorus banjo back there. I'm gonna do a show on that banjo stuff eventually, one of these good old days. 'Cause I see a lot of brothers asking about the banjo dogs, man. And RIP to the brother Coy, because he would have been able to give us the best interviews about that banjo stuff, man. And I don't even know if any brother got a good interview from Coy, man, that's on these dog channels. And we can't use that as no excuse because Mr. Coy just died not too long ago. Somebody should have got a real good interview from him. To get them stories about banjo and different dogs from back in his days. So that's boom. Check it out, the fourth generation, bro. Got banjo in it, and this dog here heavy in the background. McCool, Sack, Rum, and the fourth generation. That dog, they got some muscles on him. That's a bolio dog. Can you see the bolio in that dog? That's a bolio dog there. All the way down, look like. See what that Alabama dog is. Hey, I got a question for everybody in that chat, man. I know I've been talking with my homeboys. I got a question for the chat down there, and if you don't know the answer, it ain't no big deal. I just got a question. What in the hell happened to Alibaba offspring, man? That dog was being talked about so much a few years back. What the hell happened to the offspring? You don't hear nobody talking about the Alibaba stuff no more. What happened to them dogs, man? They gotta be out here somewhere. And I know the dog probably made some good dogs, but you don't hear nobody talking about them. And Alibaba had shit on lock as far as people speaking about them, a little while ago. This that Chino son dog I'm looking at right here still. Mosley's little Sedalia. That dog got a lot of bolio in it. You say you just made a breeding off some of this stuff like this? I'm just clicking on random dogs in the ped. That's a lot of bolio in that one. Shit. Let me click on Tom Jr. again. That's the banjo stuff. Big Baby, that's the bolio dog. Big Baby Girl, Bailey's Crip, Bailey's Crip, Bailey's Crip, Bailey's Karma, Jake Redbone. This might be Red Boy stuff, huh? Got the Red Boy in there. They snuck some Red Boy up in there. Yeah, man. I bet you this a good acting dog right here too. This dog Chino's son. Chum, chum. Oh shit! You might got you something coming there, brother Marky. I could be pronouncing your name wrong, man. Don't gun me down if I'm pronouncing your name wrong, fellas. Sometimes that shit be harder than read. Marky. Hey, hope it work out for you, man. Hope that thing work out for you, man. I'm trying to click on this dang on fight on my other computer. I ain't gonna put it on the live because I got kicked off a live one time trying to play that fight. I'll talk if I get it, if I can pull it up though. Oh yeah, man. Anybody that want me to look up stuff like when I'm going live or you want me to talk about different things, man, hit me up on the book. I got an Instagram too, man, but I don't hardly be on there. I need to start getting on Instagram a little more anyway as well, and TikTok and stuff like that. But I'm rarely on Instagram, and then when I get up there, it might be a month later, and the brother done text me about something. Might be thinking I'm trying to ignore him or some shit. I really don't be up there, But you can catch me on Facebook. You hit me up on Facebook or whatever, and Messenger and stuff like that. Yes, sir, man. Hey, I'm about to get up out of here. I tell you that though. I appreciate everybody rocking with me tonight, man. I gotta take these dogs out. It's about that time. The mama dogs I'm speaking about. I gotta take them out for the last time for the night. I got them on that schedule, that 9 o'clock schedule, 8:30, 9 o'clock. And man, I be feeling like I'm getting old because I don't be like stay up too late, like no 12 o'clock unless I got something going on. You know what I'm saying? It'd be hard for me to stay up late like that. I'll be going to bed early. So I gotta, take these dogs out and do what I gotta do on this side, man. Y'all brothers keep taking care of them dogs like y'all taking care of them dogs. Keep breeding them the way you breed them. Good luck on the breeding you got coming up, fam, in a month or so. One thing we got going for us is about to warming up, but at the same time, when it warming up, them fleas come out, man. And we're gonna be always doing them shows talking about we can never do too many shows talking about how to stop them fleas. But like I was talking to my brother the other day, my dog brother, and we came to the agreement that them pills may be the way to go, man. As far as keeping the far as flea collars or pills or spray or whatever, you got to keep your ground. You got to keep your ground straight from the start. If your ground not straight, then it's gonna be hard to keep the fleas off your dog. But if your ground good, then we done came to the conclusion that the pills might be the best way to go because they get in their bloodstream and you know they skin throw off that oil or them fleas can't stand and all that type of stuff. You know, so we're gonna be getting that stuff real soon because the weather is changing. And this during that time we may get a lot of rain, the ground be wet, the wood start growing even thicker, the grass growing faster. So man, everybody take care of them dogs the way they always do. Stay legal out there. You know what I'm saying? Always go with your first instinct when it comes to certain things, you know, and just take care of them dogs, man. Now, I ain't gonna lie now. I think this dog was in Mississippi. You said something about Alabama. Hey, you see y'all put that little bulldog on Carolina ass? Hey, it is what it is, dog. I got a couple homeboys that you know I'll be talking to sometime. I'm gonna see if they know about that little bulldog. The boys used to have a dog down south called the Candy Man, man. What happened to that dog, Candy Man? He ain't made no good dogs either. Well, I ain't gonna say either, because I don't know if I asked about Alibaba. The only reason I asked about Alibaba is because it seemed like the dog and the offspring just disappeared. You don't even hear nobody talking about it. I know that dog produced some good offspring. But yeah, man, y'all stay safe out there. Y'all stay legal. Yellow One, man. Damn, I'm about to close it on down, man. You just coming up in here. I appreciate you, though, Yellow One, man. I appreciate all my brothers that been rocking with us tonight, man. Paul J, Marquis, R. Clifford, Bruce Banner, John Demery, everybody that been rocking with the Bay tonight, man. Y'all stay safe out there. King Scrooge, what's up? King Scrooge, you slipped by me earlier. I seen you come in, and I meant to say something to you, dog, but I forgot all about it, man. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. Anybody that's tuned in tonight, I appreciate you. Y'all hit that like button before y'all get up out of here. You know what I'm saying? Samurai, the whole Shogun crew. I appreciate the brother dropping up in here. Brian Williams, Brian Birdman Williams up in the building. Appreciate you, my brother. Y'all stay safe out there, man. Y'all stay warm. Y'all stay dry. Y'all stay legal, and we out.